Welcome to Backyard Cigars. Today's a special day for me. I haven't been smoking cigars for about a week, and had a dental procedure done, and I was on the shelf, and it made me think about a lot of things. For me, I've gone through it before, where I've had dental procedures and I can't smoke for 1 to 3 weeks, almost a month on one occasion, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about it at all because it's necessary to maintain your health, dental health. But sometimes I get to thinking during this time, you know, what if it was something else? I mean, I've had friends who were diagnosed with uh, different things where they were told you can't smoke anymore, anything, you can't do anything related to smoke, or in other avenues. I've had friends and family who have been told you can't drink anymore. You're done. You literally cannot have, maybe you can have a glass of wine every now and then, but you can't indulge anymore, not even a little, because this and this and this will happen to you. And it does. And it made me think, sometimes we save all these cigars. And I thought of Leo too, my friend Leo, who said, people are always saving these things for a special occasion, and that's fine. But then as your collection grows, as the amount of things you own increases, then it's not so much a special occasion as it is I just gotta have it, and I will savor it on a special day, which I don't know when that will be. It could be in a year, it could be in 2 years, it could be in 3. Granted, there are always exceptions to the rule, but when you have a certain amount of cigars and a certain amount of them are uber prestigious and expensive, and you're waiting, one thing is if you're waiting on aging them, right? Because you want to age them just right. There's no shame in that. You want to age those Cubans 4 or 5 years, fine. You want to get the most out of them. But then other times it's like, okay, I just want to put it down for a year or two and then maybe smoke it after 2 or 3 years. And that can happen with other cigars as well. But then the 2 or 3 years passes and the moment doesn't come where you still smoke that. You just either you don't get around to it or you don't find a special enough occasion for it. And you're just smoking your other stuff that may cost anywhere from 8 to 16, even $17, let's just say. But then your uber pricey stuff, $20 and up, it remains kept away for that special day that just doesn't seem to show up. Well, for me, I'm dedicating this to my special day because I came out of my dental procedure very well. I healed very well. I got a very high mark of speedy recovery from my doctor. And I said to myself, it's great smoking, all of the other cigars that I have. But these special cigars that I plunked down hard-earned cash on, I don't want anyone else to eventually end up smoking them. God forbid something were to happen, God forbid, for both you and me, both of us, that something were to happen where they say, hey, you can't smoke anymore. You just can't. You're running the risk of this, and that. And then you've got all these cigars laying around. And yeah, maybe you could sell them and make back the money that you invested into them, but you'll never get the experience of actually indulging and smoking them and taking in what you were expecting. Now this Don Carlos Edición de Aniversario 2014, I got it, and I think I got it in 2016. But basically, this cigar is 6 years old, right? I mean, I've had it for about 5 years. But it was created in 2014. I think it was released in either 2015 or so. And this is a Dominican Puro. And these cigars were Carlito Fuente Jr. had them made. He started having them made in 2006 as homage to his father, Carlos Fuente Sr., who had these blends, and it pretty much commemorated the 30th anniversary of the Don Carlos lines. and he took out the Cameroon wrapper and he replaced it with the Dominican wrapper that he uses on his Opus X. It's not a cheap cigar. It's not. And it's been aged. It's gone past those 2 or 3 years. It's been aged in the special humidor for 5 years at anywhere from 65 to 67 RH, depending on the relative humidity levels as they fluctuate. Um, and it's time. It's just time. And I say this to all of you cigar smokers that get a hold of something. If you don't have a big collection and you just got a few for your special occasion, that's one thing. But when your collection increases and you've got many special cigars, every now and then you just got to make up an excuse to smoke one. It's a sunny day. I'm alive. I'm going to have one today. I'm going to have one of my special cigars. Or maybe you're just having a craving for something special. Maybe something good happened to you in that particular day. And maybe it's not like something good like you got a promotion or you got engaged or anything like that, or you found out you're pregnant. But maybe, I'm talking for a couple, because if you found out you're pregnant, then you can't smoke at all. But if you find out that you're having just a really good day and you've got good vibes all around, make up an excuse. That qualifies. You're having a great day. Do your thing. Now this comes in a cedar sleeve with a satin footband, and I'm just gonna take it all off, toss it. This is Don Carlos de Aniversario, 2014 edition, and paying homage to the 30th anniversary of the Don Carlos blends that he began in 2006, Calito Fuente Jr., that is, in commemoration of his father, Carlos Fuente Sr.'s blends. And it has been in the humidor now for 5 years. It's time. It's time. Every now and then, I get these swarms of, I don't know what they are. They're like these flying insects. And they will swarm right above me. It doesn't matter where I go. I can move from the location I was in, which was near the table, and I can move further down and they follow me. As if they know I'm enjoying a good cigar and they just want to spoil the day. And it happens quite so often, and the solution for that is to light a fire. So I light a nice fire, not so much for, at least not today, for warmth, and I've even done it under warmer conditions when need be, because today is 65 degrees. It was a high of 68 actually, so it's been pretty good. But you get these moments when these swarms come right above you. Lighting a fire keeps them at bay. They're all the way back there right now, and they try to approach, and as they try to approach, they just fall because they can't take the heat. So that's what happens, and that's what I'm doing as I'm enjoying the cigar. I'm getting a lot of cedar and wood. That's what I'm getting initially. It's not even at that first inch, so I don't want to draw any conclusions, but it from first puff, it hasn't been the marvelous, magnificent Fuente that I imagined it to be for a special cigar. But it's early, so I'm going to just wait, as should you. So what's it been like? It's been good. It's been very good. It's a smooth, cedar, woody cigar. Very, very light notes of pepper. Tiny hints of sweetness. Not overly sweet, not creamy, not overly pepper. It's just very smooth, and it's a very nice cigar. I actually did something that I normally don't do, which is I poured myself a small glass of bourbon, and just been washing away some of those woody notes with the bourbon. It really complements it. I had some water, which cleansed my palate, and I felt I needed that as well. But this cigar, I mean, look, I paid about $25 for it. It's expensive. It is definitely something that a lot of people search for and overpay for, and potentially much higher in other states with higher taxes. Uh, don't even want to think about what it would cost in Canada or in Africa or in places like that, where I know people that struggle to get good cigar prices. But even at the fortunate $25, $26 price, you know, you start to ask yourself, at least I am asking myself, is it worth it? And aged 5 years, aged 5 years, I've had some of these when they were within the year and they were a little bit more vibrant. I've said this a million times. This is just what happens with age. Doesn't mean it's not as good. Doesn't mean that it's ruined. It doesn't mean that your smoking experience is in any way hampered. It just means that there's a difference. When you're aging a cigar and you're keeping it down for X amount of years, changes will occur. And the construction's been good. The draw's been good. It started off more of a medium plus. Medium plus in body and strength, and then it just kind of smoothed out and really it mellowed out a bit, and it got to that point where it was just soft cedar, soft wood, and hints of spice throughout. Not much more than that. A good smoking experience, absolutely. For some individuals that are very well accustomed to and prefer the Nicaraguan spice and the Nicaraguan strength, you're going to be disappointed. But know why you're being disappointed. You're being disappointed because your palate is more in tune with a different type of tobacco. Whereas this is Dominican tobacco, and it tends to be a little more, I don't want to say it tends to be smoother, but it tends to be less intense. It tends to be less intense. And it tends to have less of that peppery profile. So you're getting something, but you're not getting the same thing. That's all. You can still have a good smoking experience, but know why you don't like something. Don't berate it because it doesn't suit your palate. And obviously this cigar gets better as you smoke it. That first inch is all cedar and tobacco and not much else. Not in this case at least. But no, know why you like something. Don't just trash it. I've had better experiences with cigars that cost $15, $16. I have. This is a different type of experience, and it's not a bad one. It is an exceptional one. It is very good. It is memorable. But what I'm just trying to say is that the same way you find gold in a $15, $16 cigar, you can find gold. Or let me rewind that. The same way you find gold sometimes in an expensive special cigar that may cost $20 to $30, you can find gold in a cigar that will cost $15 to $17. It takes some time to get to know the brands and figure out which cigars offer these exceptional values at the lower price points. Not that $15 to $17 in any way is cheap, but you can get memorable experiences from cigars that are $10 cheaper than the $25 I paid for this. And to experience something like this is just that. To experience something different, to experience a Dominican puro that has, in this case, been aged for 5 years. If I had to go back in time, I wouldn't have aged it for 5 years. I wouldn't have kept saying to myself, I'm not going to smoke this. I'm going to wait till that special occasion because I paid X amount of dollars for it. I would have smoked it sooner, and I would have gotten some more vibrancy out of it. There are some light caramel sweet notes. these caramel sweet notes that have been popping up, as I mentioned, as I had some camera problems. And they're popping up and they're coming along, and they're coming along with a little hint of spice and pepper, and it's fine. This isn't something crazy here. This isn't something that I'm going to go out on a limb and say, you've got to have this. This is the most amazing experience. No. Even in fresh that I've had them, they've been very good experiences. I like to age these. I think the optimal time for aging for these is 2 to 3 years. I think that would be best if you're planning on aging them or keeping them for a special day. And I just want to say, look, thank you for watching this episode of Backyard Cigars. Till next time.